and everyone getting into the holiday spirit locally. But if you're going to venture outside, it's going to feel like Christmas, whether you like it or not. Jessica Van Meter with another look at your full forecast. Jessica, again, the white stuff's coming down in full force now. There's no going back.
It absolutely is. Yes, winter is here to stay, and we are feeling it, and especially feeling it east of Cleveland. We are going to continue with that weather impact alert at least through tonight, possibly even into tomorrow morning for very heavy lake effect snow. And as we get into the overnight, going to become really even more important not to venture out unless you absolutely have to, particularly through the Snowbelt and the areas that have been hit hardest with the snow and where that snow is heaviest through the overnight hours. We have very low visibility as this snow is moving through. It's with snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches, locally up to 3 inches per hour. That's a lot of snow in a short period of time. Now that we've lost the daylight, things are going to change. They're already changing. While we had the daylight, the crews were doing a really great job actually keeping up with the snow, especially on some of the main thoroughfares. Now that we've lost the daylight, that snow is sticking very quickly and accumulating on the roadways. Conditions are really going to be tough overnight into early Saturday, where we have that snow continuing. Part of I-90 is already closed in Pennsylvania, so keep that in mind. Now here's a live look I-90 at the Ashtabula County line. This did not look too bad just a couple hours ago, about 2.5 hours ago. I-90 looked great. That has changed considerably. We see that snow already sticking and accumulating to the roadways. Traffic is still getting by, but take a look. That car's been stuck there for quite some time. We have had reports of many slide-offs between here and Pennsylvania on 90 and the Shoreway as well. So just keep that in mind. You really want to avoid travel if at all possible, especially where this heavy snow is. It can bring very low visibility and quick accumulations very quickly. Here's a look at what we have right now. We've got a lot of snow falling through Ashtabula County across portions of I-90 and right along that lake shore as well. Ashtabula out through Geneva, some very heavy snow falling for the folks there. Lake County has had a ton of snow today, very heavy snow falling down through the Paynesville area. Starting to get a little bit of that to pop up east of Cleveland. We've had a little bit of that moving through Mayfield Heights and now moving into Geauga County. So far, Cleveland downtown has not had much, if anything, to deal with. We've had just a few flurries, just some very light snow through the day, not really sticking or adding up too much at all. They've had plenty sticking and adding up off to the east. That lake effect snow has been persistent for Lake, Geauga, Ashtabula counties, especially the northern part of Geauga County. So a lot of these areas have already had significant accumulation, over a foot for some areas, and we could add another foot or more for some locations where those heavy bands persist overnight into early tomorrow morning. So we do still have those lake effect snow warnings that are going to be active. That is really the main show for right now. We did have a few other brief snow showers that were kind of on and off for much of the day. Those are winding down south of Cleveland now, so those will continue to wind down. But that lake effect east of Cleveland is going to stay strong tonight. We've got cold air that's really settled in around the Great Lakes, and we can see that lake effect snow machine is in full force. So the cold is going to stick with us, and that lake effect snow as well. Everyone will feel the cold tomorrow. Temperatures in the 20s. That wind chill is going to be more like the teens as we go through much of the day. The main focus of that snow is really going to be east of Cleveland. National Design Art hour-by-hour forecast. We're going to keep that lake effect snow band coming in off of the lake overnight into at least early tomorrow morning. Now, as we get into the day tomorrow, the hope is that we get a little bit of a wind shift, and that kind of pushes that band further north out over the open water of Lake Erie. So hopefully that ends up being the case. We can get a little bit of a break to dig things out in some of those areas, but we're still going to keep that chance for some additional lake effect snow in that extended forecast. Union Home Mortgage 10-day outlook, temperatures staying in the 20s and 30s. With that, we keep that potential for snow. We're very closely going to watch Sunday night into Monday. We might get another wind shift that could bring in some more lake effect, so we'll watch that closely as we get closer.